Once upon a time, in a quiet green woodland, there lived a small, gentle mouse named Milo. Milo was a curious little creature, always eager to explore the world around him. He had a tiny burrow beneath an old oak tree where he lived peacefully. With his mother, Milo's mother was a wise and caring mouse who often warned him about the dangers lurking outside their cozy home. One day, Milo's mother gave birth to a tiny baby mouse whom she lovingly named Miko. The newborn was tiny and fragile but full of energy and curiosity. Milo was very excited to have a little sibling to play with and teach about the world. Their mother took great care to raise them well, teaching them what is safe and what is dangerous. Meanwhile, in a nearby part of the woods, there was a young serpent named Sly. Sly was a sleek, shiny snake with bright eyes and a curious nature. His mother was a wise serpent who had lived in the woods for many years, and she often warned him about the dangers of the world outside their den. Sly's mother was cautious and protective, reminding him that snakes had enemies and that they should be wary of strange creatures. One day, Sly was born, and his mother told him stories about their ancestors, their strengths, and their natural instincts. She warned him never to trust creatures that could be a threat to him, including mice, which were considered their favorite prey. Yet, Sly was curious about the world beyond their den and longed to explore, to see what lay beyond the shadows and the grass. As the days went by, Milo and his mother went about their routine. Milo's mother was very protective of her little one, and she often warned him about the dangers of the woods, especially the brook near their home. She told Milo, "My dear Milo, do not go near the brook. It is dangerous, and you could drown. If you play there, stay close to home, where I can keep you safe." Milo, being young and adventurous, was tempted to explore beyond the limits of their home, but he listened carefully to his mother's advice. Nevertheless, his curiosity about the world grew stronger with each passing day. He wanted to see the brook, hear the flowing water, and feel the coolness of the stream. But his mother's warnings kept him cautious. One bright morning, Milo decided to venture a little further than usual. He carefully moved through the underbrush, keeping an eye out for danger. As he approached the brook, he saw the sparkling water flowing gently over smooth stones. The sight was mesmerizing, and Milo's curiosity got the better of him. He was about to dip his paw into the water when he suddenly heard a rustling sound nearby. To his surprise, out from the tall grass emerged Sly, the young serpent. Sly's eyes gleamed with friendliness and mischief as he saw Milo. "Hello, little mouse," Sly hissed softly, smiling. "Would you like to play?" Milo was cautious, but also curious about this new creature. Remembering his mother's warnings about snakes, he hesitated. "Who are you?" Milo asked nervously. "I am Sly," the serpent replied. "I live here in the woods. I like to explore and make friends. Would you like to join me?" Milo hesitated again. He knew his mother had told him never to trust snakes because they considered mice their prey. But Sly seemed friendly, and Milo thought perhaps not all snakes were dangerous. Still, he remembered his mother's words about the dangers of playing near the brook and with strangers. "I'd like to play," Milo said cautiously, "but I have to go back home soon. My mother told me to stay close." Sly nodded understandingly. "That's wise," he said softly. "But maybe we can play. For a little while. Just a short time, I promise." Milo, feeling a mixture of excitement and apprehension, agreed to play with Sly. They played hide and seek among the bushes, chased each other around the trees, and shared stories of their lives. For a while, they forgot about the dangers and just enjoyed each other's company. As the day went on, the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the woods. Milo knew it was time to go home. "I have to go now," he told Sly. "My mother will be worried." "Wait," Sly called out. "Before you go, let me tell you something important." Sly's eyes turned serious. "My mother always warns me that mice are our enemies. We must be cautious around them. But I think you're different, at least. I hope so." Milo paused. "My mother says snakes are dangerous and that I should stay away from them because they might try to hurt me or eat me," he replied. Sly looked down, a little disappointed. "I understand," he said softly. "But I hope we can be friends someday, even if our mothers don't agree." Milo nodded politely and made his way back home. As he scurried away, Sly watched him go, feeling a strange mixture of hope and frustration. That night, Milo told his mother about his day and about his new friend, Sly. His mother listened carefully but was worried. She scolded Milo gently but firmly. "Milo," she said softly, "I know you're curious, but you must remember that snakes are not our friends. They see us as food, and they can be dangerous. It's best to stay away from them." Milo listened respectfully but felt a little sad. He wondered if his mother was right and whether he should avoid Sly forever. Meanwhile, in the serpent's den, Sly's mother noticed her son returning home earlier than usual. She saw the hair in his little mouth and asked, "Sly, where did you get that hair?" Sly hesitated, then replied, "I was playing with my friend, the little mouse, today." His mother's eyes widened with alarm. "Playing with a mouse?" She hissed sharply. "Do you realize what you're doing? Mice are our enemies. They are our food. You're supposed to hunt them, not play with them." Sly looked down, feeling confused. "But he's my friend," he murmured. "He's kind and funny." His mother's voice grew stern. "Listen carefully, my son. Our ancestors have always considered mice as prey. They are delicious and easy to catch. Remember that. From now on, whenever you see a mouse, you must catch him. Tomorrow, when you go out to play, be sure to hunt him and bring him back so we can eat him." Sly nodded, understanding his mother's words, but feeling a strange tug in his heart. He liked his new friend, and the idea of hurting him was troubling. But he also knew his mother's warnings were important. The next morning, as dawn broke, over the woods, Sly woke early with a sense of purpose. He moved stealthily through the grass, his tongue flicking eagerly as he searched for Milo. True to his mother's instructions, Sly arrived early at the spot where he and Milo usually met. He called out softly, "My friend, come out to play." But his voice was tinged with anticipation. Milo, from a distance, saw Sly approaching and remembered his mother's warnings. His heart pounded with fear and caution. He thought about what his mother had told him, that snakes were enemies and dangerous. Standing cautiously, Milo called out, "Sly, I can't come near you today. We must remember what our mothers said. You're not my friend anymore. You want to hurt me and take me away." Sly's face fell, disappointed that his friend wouldn't play. "But I don't want to hurt you," he said softly. "I wish things were different." Milo shook his head. "It's better if we stay apart. I don't want to get hurt, and I don't want to see you hurt anyone else. Maybe someday things will change, but for now, we must stay apart." Sly watched Milo run back to his home, feeling a mix of sadness and frustration. He returned to his den, his mind filled with thoughts of his friend and the bitter reality that their worlds were meant to be apart. From that day onward, a deep-seated animosity grew between the mouse and the serpent. The trust that had briefly blossomed between them was shattered, replaced by suspicion and fear. Milo's mother kept him safe within their burrow, warning him to stay away from the woods where snakes lurked. Sly, meanwhile, was told by his mother to hunt mice relentlessly to fulfill the ancient instincts that had been passed down through generations. He was told that mice were not friends, but prey, and that it was his duty as a serpent to hunt them. The story of Milo and Sly became a tale told among the animals of the woods, a story of innocence lost and the importance of caution. It was a reminder that appearances could be deceiving, and that sometimes even the most innocent friendships could be doomed by the fears and warnings passed down by elders. As time went on, the woods remained a place of mystery and danger. Milo learned to be more cautious, staying close to his home and avoiding the brook and the shadows where snakes might hide. Sly grew more aggressive, hunting mice whenever he could, but always feeling a twinge of regret whenever he thought of his lost friend. And so, in the quiet depths of the woods, the story of the mouse and the serpent served as a lesson to all, that distrust and fear could divide even the most unlikely friends, and that sometimes the greatest danger came not from the world outside, but from the fears within our own hearts.